It's time for...
Is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it and reverse it.
So we have Living Energy. I should probably pull up my notes here. This is an energy artifact deck, which seems to be kind of the theme for energy, you know, with your Kaladesh sets, your Fallout, your Modern Horizons. They're all kind of allowing artifacts to kind of take the role of creating a lot of energy. And so right there, the two best cards on reprinted is going to be Academy Ruins at $15 and Elder Gargaroth at $11. They just fucking threw in Elder Gargaroth. They're like, it doesn't fit artifacts or energy, and they're like, we just need some value in here.
Yeah, we need to get...
Let's do this.
We need to get Adam and Lowry's at least more than one card that's in the above $10.
Right. And then in the 5 to 10 range, you got Triplicate Titan. That was a Commander reprint. Retrofitter Foundry, which is 6 and 8 respectively. And then you got plenty of in that 2 to 5 range. Druid of Purifications at $5. Disallowed. Blasphemous Act, Greaves, Chromatic Lantern, Panharmonicon, Conjurer's Closet, which has dipped dramatically because of the...
it keeps getting the reprint stuff. And
yeah. It was just reprinted in the Innistrad Remastered as well. So, and then Karplusan Forest. So,
what was the
total?
What was the value of the? Did you happen to see TCG? What it's going for?
No.
Okay, I'll do that while you're doing your part here, really quick.
So, but in total value, you have about $68. I'm assuming this is probably going to be in that 40 to 50 range, probably $44.75 with tax. I don't know. So, but there is some solid reprints here. Like, I do really like the Academy Ruins,
much cheaper.
Foundry.
$44. $45 because it's $44.82.
I said $44.75.
Oh, you did say? Oh,
I was pretty close.
Oh,
yeah,
that was
my guess.
Your guess. Yeah. So much cheaper for this deck.
Yeah. So it's within that range, but when you're saying 44, so the value that you're getting is $24, which is about the same as the zombie deck.
But you're having to put down a lot more for the zombie
That's true.
deck. Yeah,
that is true. I do like a lot of the newer cards. If I'm going to be honest, like I had a hard time picking between, you know, for 3 I wanted 4, but if I wanted to talk like actual energy cards, I would have done like there's 3 others that I could have picked. And so I kind of just picked these because they were more universally playable. So you have Aetheric Amplifier, which is that 3 mana artifact, taps for 1 mana of any color. Then you can pay 4, tap it, choose 1, activate only as a sorcery, and that's double the number of each kind of counter on target permanent, or double the number of each kind of counter you have. So
that's cool.
Double your energy counters, double a loyalty counter, or double 1/1 counters on something. Like,
yeah, that's insane.
Seems pretty good, especially as a rock.
No, when this first got spoiled, I misread. I thought when it was saying the double the number of each kind of counters you have, I thought it meant like on all your stuff. I was like, why wouldn't you do that one and not the other one? But it's saying you have is an on you is what it's talking about, right? Yeah. So, but still, this is a 3-drop. This is on our if we had our 3-drop Monorock tournament, this will be right up there with one of the best cards in the 3-drop.
Instantly.
Yeah.
Instantly. This is quite good. And so I really like that. I think it can go in a lot of different decks. I think it has some versatility there. I don't think it's not CEDH by any means, but it seems like a really good card in a handful of decks for sure.
Yeah.
Next one is Aetherflux Conduit. Is that 6 mana to come down?
Yeah, 6-drop.
All right, but it's pretty cool.
There's a lot that goes on.
When you cast a spell, you get that much energy for the CMC of the spell. You
That's
can tap
insane.
it, pay 50 energy, draw 7 cards, and then you can cast any number of spells from your hand without paying its mana cost. Which then would...
This has to be the best energy producing card in the game now, right?
Right.
I mean, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Every spell
crazy.
you cast, you get that many for its CMC.
Right.
Crazy.
And so the huge payoff doesn't really matter other than like if you're kind of getting screwed, but then you're just kind of like being able to build stuff up. I don't know, but just being able to get that much energy is going to be really, really good.
Yeah. This is a stupid
I've never
card.
been in a
It's good.
situation of near 50.
Right.
But
you didn't have a card
well,
like this. Like, that's the thing, is this card can get you to 50. You know, if you're
Right.
working with all your other energy stuff, and then you drop this down, and it's like, oh, I drop another 6 spell, 6 energy, blah 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 blah. It just goes
Right.
nuts. Yeah. I don't
so
think. I think you're
I think
right.
that's gonna
though.
be a really fun one.
I don't think you're gonna hit that 50 very often, but when we keep getting support
Right.
for energy, who knows? You know, you could probably build around it a little bit there.
Well, if I had to choose between like fair Aetherflux cards, I'll take this over Reservoir because that's paying 50 life to dome somebody.
I didn't even think about that. They did the 50 again like that. That's
Yeah.
kind of funny. Yeah,
Well,
and it's an
yeah.
Aetherflux. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. I
So,
like it.
and it's a little bit more costed at 6 versus 4. So
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Last one is Adaptive Omni Tool at 2 mana equipment, 3 to equip. The creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you can control. And then whenever equipped creature attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your deck and put an artifact into your hand. And so it's kind of like card draw. It gives a huge boost.
Oh yeah.
2 mana. What's that?
I said, oh yeah, the 1/1 for artifacts you control. Whew.
Right. So it just feeds into itself as well. So you get an artifact, cast the artifact, make it bigger for the next turn. I think it's going to go in a lot of my decks.
Yeah.
I hope it's not too expensive.
I mean, for
But-
a 2-drop equipment, the equip cost isn't that crazy either. It's 3. Like that's gonna go in my. Is that a Kiri? Yeah, my Line Slinger. That's gonna go in my Treasurer Kiri deck for sure. And then you're getting
Right. So like comparables for things that give +1/+1 for each artifact that you control. There's cranial plating that it has black in it, so you're limited in where you're putting it. You have Nettle Cyst, which is I believe 3 and 3, but it has the little germ token that comes with it. Might be 3 and 2 or 2 and 3 as well. And then you have some auras that are a little bit cheaper, and they always are, but this effect is quite good. And like I plan on putting this in a Layla. I want to put this in potentially Captain America deck to be able to just dig for more equipment.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is going to be a really fun card for me personally. I don't know about you guys,
Yeah.
but
No, that's a solid. Like these are. I liked my new cards, but I think I like these. Like I'm gonna use these a lot more. You know, though mine
Right.
were very niche. Like I got to build those kind of decks.
it feels like you have to have a zombie deck
Right.
almost to have a handful of those.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's not true.
The
but
first one I think you could play in, whatever. We're talking about that deck, but you can
Yep,
play
yep.
that in other decks. But this is. I mean, I'm not gonna play the Aetherflux in anything but energy deck. But the other two, for sure, that goes in. That's one of my favorite 3-drop mono rocks. And then you have this equipment that if you're playing heavy on artifacts, yeah, Akiri's gonna love
Yep.
that fucker. So yeah, I like it. Okay,
So
it's time for.
Is it worth it? Let me work
get to-
it.
So what are you
Put my
thinking?
thing down,
Okay,
flip it and reverse it.
so let me back it up. So we had a value. You said it was 40, 47,
44.
right? 44.
It was
That's right.
44.
And we have a value of 68. I guess with both decks, my big thing is it depends on how expensive the singles are. Like if these new singles are $15, $20, then it might be worth me getting the deck, selling off all the other stuff, and I get those for free. If they're around the normal of what EDH or precons are, you know, under 10, I'm probably picking off the singles again, you know, but this one's more enticing because you have that $40, you know, $45 deck, and then the deck's worth, you know, $20 more. I'm gonna say it's worth it. I think, but only because I really like these two, and it depends on those how much these are gonna be. I know I didn't build energy. You built an energy deck, so this would fit you more. So I'm between it. I think I'm worth it. but I'm also saying the price is wrong. Personally, what's going to happen with me is I'm going to buy the singles and not buy the deck. So, but I think
that's
this one's
realistic.
I think this one's more worth it than the other deck for me, at least. If I had to pick one or the over the other. What about you? What are your thoughts of this?
I think it's interesting that they've printed 3 precons in a year, essentially Fallout, Modern Horizons, and this. And so it feels like they're potentially building up to either right now or more in the future where they're okay with what's going on with energy. And so if they keep on getting support, all these new cool cards will become more and more relevant, more and more playable. And it seems like they are cool with energy. So I do like that. And there are some really cool energy cards in there beyond the Aetherflux Conduit. I just decided to cut them because
you had to limit to the
they're
we're
more
doing 3.
niche at this point still. So for me, on the potential, and this is, it's essentially the cheapest deck that you're going to get at $44. I think it's worth it as well on potential that if you buy these as just have them, the price of some of these cards will go up.
Yep.
And if you like energy, especially that's kind of how you get into it, or artifact deck. And so I
can see
I think the new cards are unique enough. Some of them I like. Here's the other thing. Some of them that we haven't talked about, they are creators of energy along with a payoff. I think that's really, really good for energy. So like Aetherflux Conduit, it makes its energy and you can do something with it. Right. I think a problem that they started with Kaladesh and Aether, whatever, they either created or used, and they were separate things, and so a whole deck needed energy. To whereas like you just have some really powerful cards out there that create and pay off, but they're at the higher CMCs, which is fine.
Yep.
So I like them. I think there's potential, and I think they keep on building on it, and I think that's intriguing.
Hey Meat Force, could you kindly tap the like and subscribe button? And if you're ever in the mood, head on over to commandersmiths.com and you can get the shirts and mugs you see on the screen and some other stuff. Thank you.